What's good, family? It's your man Mitch with Hip Hop Alliance Magazine, the most interactive magazine on the planet. We back today. We thank you for being with us. Wednesday Wellness did so good yesterday. We decided to run it back. Bike. We gonna run it bike. You know what I'm saying? So we got the same guests back. We got Miss Lori Garcia. We got Miss L the Jib. We got Taste the Coco in the building. Hopefully we get some more people to chime in with us, and we're gonna talk about this mental illness and what it takes to get well. You know, because I definitely believe that this is the way to get us back on track. It's just fixing our mindset, fixing our thinking. You know, so without further ado, I will bring these ladies up. Y'all don't forget to hit the like button, the share button, and the subscription button. Get with us, man. We ain't doing nothing wrong around here. We making it happen. Good evening, ladies. How y'all doing?
How are you?
Oh, doing pretty good. Doing pretty good.
Awesome.
If I could get my headphones to act right.
Hello, ladies.
Hey.
So last week we the show kind of took a life of its own, you know what I'm saying, and we didn't get a chance to talk about the questions that we had to talk about, you know. So this week we brought it back, so we could get the questions out there, and hopefully, you know, help somebody else, you know what I'm saying, along the way. So we were talking about childhood trauma. What is childhood trauma? And Miss L, I'm gonna let you start us off.
Okay. I want to make sure I'm not echoing. I am. Start with Taste of Coco.
Miss Taste Coco.
Yeah.
Hey, childhood trauma. So this is like children may go through a range of experiences that classify as psychological trauma. These might include neglect,
Hold on,
abandonment.
it's breaking up a little bit. Is it me, or is she breaking up? It's breaking up a little bit. She not breaking up?
No, we're good. It might be yours.
Okay, it's probably mine then.
Sure.
Yeah, is it me?
No, it's me. It's me.
Oh no, she's clear.
I'm sorry.
Very good. So they said it includes neglect, abandonment, sexual abuse, physical abuse, witnessing abuse of a sibling or a parent, or maybe even having a mental ill parent. That's just a short definition, so everyone else can kind of just add on to that.
Yeah. Can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Childhood trauma definitely is some of those things that she listed. You know, it could even be like neglect or bullying or never really quite fitting in and no one hearing you or seeing the fact that you didn't fit in. Definitely sexual trauma, or sometimes people have like displaced anger, and it's not necessarily trauma. It's just maybe they were the big sister, and so they had to take on everything from the family, and that makes them have trauma in their own sense. So I think it has a lot of different avenues, but overall, childhood trauma is something that occurred to you before you were able to make decisions on your own that ultimately impacted the decisions that you make today.
Okay. Ms. Lord.
Good one. They pretty much hit them all. The only other, there's some other traumas, I believe, like gang violence, people who have saw, things that were traumatic, their deaths and things like that. And also dealing with grievances, a child who has lost a parent or a family member, they would be dealing with some trauma with that as well.
Yeah. So, I'm not going to try to give it a definition. I'm just going to give my experience, you know what I'm saying? So my family suffered from addiction, so I was a victim of that, you know what I'm saying? And also, losing somebody that was, near and dear to me at an early age, so that was my experience with childhood trauma. I had family members that were addicted to drugs and, not themselves, and, ultimately it affected me. I blamed them for a long time for things that I was going through. But I had to realize that, I was putting myself in those situations, all in all, when it boiled down to it, I was putting myself in harm's way, and I can't blame nobody for what I turned out to be. So that's kind of, I just gave my method of dealing with it as well at the same time. So I'll let somebody else, y'all want to chime in on that if y'all want to go to the next one, whatever y'all
That's
want to do.
important to like recognize and be cognizant of what happened to you, but not to utilize it as a crutch. To not be like, every time something goes wrong, oh, but that's because, this happened to me when I was 9. That, like that's really important for people to recognize that we all have a sad story. How you gonna sing your song though? You gotta sing it. You can't just sit there and let it play in the background.
Exactly.
And it definitely has to be dealt with, because if it does, it's not going anywhere. You can think that it is, but it's not.
Yep.
Because you'll find yourself reliving it over and over in different scenarios with different people.
Yeah, and you'll ultimately self-sabotage yourself when something good or really good for you comes along. You won't even be able to see it because you're so used to seeing the trauma or looking through traumatized eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
So that's a good segue into what are the signs? Let me see. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me fix this real quick, y'all. What are the signs? What are the signs that someone may be still dealing with past drama? You just gave one, which was self-sabotage. That's a big deal.
I actually noticed I had a client in my chair, and it made me think about it because just out of nowhere, he was like, well, I remember my daddy used to do that. It's like, oh, okay, where'd that come from? Just out of nowhere. And he actually thought, he was like, no, I'm good with it. I said, no, you're not, because you wouldn't have brought it up, and we were not even talking about anything about that. So, I don't know what triggered it, but yeah, that showed me that individual was dealing with it.
Yeah.
Displaced anger, inability to be able to communicate their feelings because they feel like their feelings fall on deaf ears. Again, the self-sabotage, lack of confidence in self. Trauma, again, has you looking through a skewed vision, a skewed experience than who you really are. So there are a lot of things that then recognizing that even once you do like the bulk of healing and unpacking and therapy, there still will be days where you are triggered, like Taste of Coco said, where you're going to need to take a day off. You can't go to work. You don't need to talk to any of your friends. You need to just go back into your cocoon to get to your happy place again. And that's something else that should be like expressed or said within the community of mental health. You can't go all the time. You can't be doing something all the time, especially not doing something outside of you. Work, parenting, school, jobs, volunteering. You get everything. But what about that part of you that really needs some tending to?
That's facts, because I do that too right now. Like if I go out on my truck and things get too crazy leading up to me trying to get loaded and getting out of here, I'll come back home.
Right.
And Reese, you know what I'm saying? I come back home, I'll trash that day and I'll just rest on it, you know what I'm saying, and get up and try it the next day. So that's facts. That's something I was doing that I didn't even know, as a mechanism, but you just brought it to my attention because I do that in a minute.
Yeah, facts.
I tell my dispatcher, you know what, I'm good. Just pick me tomorrow.
Yeah, and your intuition thanks you for it. Your body does too, probably.
Yeah, almost definitely, because it happened yesterday, matter of fact, and I got a lot of good rest, between yesterday and today, so I'm feeling rejuvenated and ready,
Good.
Yeah, and it's very important to recognize those traumas too. Also, things like anger and abandonment and trust. I think those are some of the things that I was dealing with, and sometimes it's hard for us to tell because me being an adult now, those things are just now surfacing, so sometimes we don't even know that we're dealing with those things. My big thing was like abandonment, and that was because I was dealing with like a lot of deaths, so then you don't want to nobody to leave you, or you have like emotional attachment disorders, and things like that. So it's very important to recognize those things as well.
Most definitely, most definitely. We got a new guest on with us. You want to add to that, Taste of Cocoa? Okay, well, we're gonna go right on to the next one and say, what? Let me get Miss Courtney.
Hi.
Hello, how you doing?
Get sorry if it's loud in my background.
Oh no, you all right, all right. You got anything you want to add to what we were talking about? Do we need to catch you up? What we need to
Oh,
do?
I just got in. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, so basically, for everybody, Courtney and everybody that's coming in, we got Wednesday Wellness episode 2. We're speaking on childhood trauma. Um, I gave my instance of what I dealt with as a child, and how I dealt with it, and they diagnosed the situation, one by one, and we also spoke on what are the signs that someone may be still dealing with past trauma. Do you have anything you want to speak on, or do you want us to move on to the next one and then you get in?
Oh no, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. Well, what causes negative feelings to reoccur?
Triggers.
Triggers.
And
Flashbacks.
avoiding, yeah, and avoiding avoiding that you need to do something about it, because you'll be triggered every single day from something. So if you
Mm-hmm.
don't learn how to work with it, it'll overcome you.
Yeah, denial. There we go.
Yeah. Denial. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, sometimes relationships. Some people can't get better because they won't get over or leave certain friendships, relationships, jobs, what have you.
So
That can have
detachment.
you repeating detachment. Exactly. Have you repeating feelings and emotions that don't need to happen if you move.
Oh yeah, because I know my situation of I'm not gonna do it no more. It's gonna change. You know what I'm saying? That rolled into my adult life in my personal relationship. You know what I'm saying? To where I probably held on to some things I shouldn't have held on to a lot longer because I hadn't understood it. And it took my sister to bring it to my attention that that was my issue, which was it stemmed from childhood. So I'm a big advocate in looking back at your childhood and figuring out what's going on so you can make that change because that's definitely the. And so my things that make me have those negative feelings again is selfishness. When I'm dealing with somebody and they're being selfish, like that makes me relive my childhood traumas. Which I know I probably need to still find a different way with it because it really still bothers me. You know what I'm saying? I can hear something today and it'll take me back to the '90s. You know.
And all that is just resentment because you never got
Mm-hmm.
over it. And so now, each time, like I said, anyone triggers that, they had nothing to do with it. It can be on totally
Mm-hmm.
different. It can be one word.
And I'm coming
Because
off
my
like
mama
like.
used to tell me that, and now
Mm-hmm.
you hurt me. So it
Mm-hmm.
has nothing to do with that person, but they're getting it, which now is toxic.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna drop this link in the comment section just in case somebody want to chime in with us, talk about it. Ladies, got anything y'all want to add to that? No.
No, that one.
On to the next one. What are some coping mechanisms? Good and bad.
Well, coping
Good.
really,
Go ahead.
coping is coping, So I guess really that's kind of just say, what do you use to try to deal with it, but you still ain't dealt with it? Because coping is just coping. I might smoke me a cigarette and ain't dealt with nothing, okay? But I'm sorry, I know y'all hear my background. But yeah, people might smoke, they drink, and drinkers are really huge to me just because they're literally trying to numb the pain. So it's just keep drinking and now you got blood. I mean, so substance abuse.
Yeah. Those are definitely some toxic ones. Again, just avoidance, complete avoidance and detachment is an unhealthy coping mechanism because you can think that you healed over something or got over something and then go back to that same place, and it can come back like waves over you and kind of like distort you for a little bit. But healthy coping mechanisms, therapy, especially having a therapist who looks like you and had experiences like you, meditation, and some sort of spiritual practice outside of religion, because religion has been here long enough, and you likely already used religion for a long time and it didn't do much for you. So now you got to try something else. And you may take your old religion with you, but try something else that is like liberating you and uplifting you.
Yeah, I agree.
Also, some of the things. I'm sorry. Also, some of the things good is like exercising. You know, it's always good to exercise. That's very good and therapeutic for your mind. Do something you enjoy doing. Hobbies, you know, art, some things that help, you know, your mind to calm down. There's also different types of healing products and candles and different things you can, you know, try to deal with to deal with it.
And like someone just commented, courtesy just put most things are usually swept under the rug and not being open to express those things, because sometimes a lot of people don't want to listen to you, you know. And then now for me, that's a trigger, you know, because I'm like, I'm tired of people not listening to me, and so now I'm shutting down and not talking to anyone. So I really definitely have to be able to allow people to talk, you know, even if you're not responding, still to get it out, you know, because some people just can't harbor those things at all, and doing everything else just doesn't work. And I'm only speaking from my own experience because I have to get it out. There's no ifs, ands, buts, or maybes. Okay, I don't care how much I exercise. I gotta tell somebody. Okay.
Right, verbalizing it, journaling is good. In my beginning of my healing journey, I used to journal and say it out loud, because what I experienced as a child was really deep, dark, and like I did not want to relive it out loud to people. And even some of the memories that I was reliving, again, I didn't want to relive them out loud, but I had to get them off my chest. So I would write them down, and I would read them in the mirror, and then I would burn them, and then I would flush them, or I would like dump them out in the river and let them be taken from me. A lot of what I was dealing with, I needed to be able to say it to my mom, but my mom was dead. You know, imagine being mad at a dead person. So I was trying to process a lot of that feeling and emotion with somebody who wasn't even on earth anymore. And then the other person, they didn't care. That's why they hurt me in the first place. So that was my coping mechanism, was to write it and get it out. Like she said, I had already carried it around for a long time, and I realized that was ultimately hurting me. So I needed to say it. And then it helped me like with my divorce, like to verbally be able to say to my ex-husband, I want a divorce. I want to leave you. I practiced it for like a month before I could actually say it to him. I wrote it down and said it out loud to myself before I could finally get the nuts to be like, this ain't gonna work. I can't be here no more. So, you know, if you can't say it to the direct person, find some way to get it out, get it off your chest.
Real talk. That's good. That's good. Because I got it bad shutting down. I didn't even know that was bad. I thought it was good that I shut down because it keeps me from having misdirected anger. You know, so I tend to shut down.
But it goes somewhere.
It's like good. It just depends.
Yeah, getting that workout, like Miss Lori said, that helps. You know, go to the gun range. I like to shoot my gun. You know, that helps take that pressure off. You know, and I can come back and deal with. My patience has been a lot better lately. You know, because sometimes I withdraw myself and recharge.
You know? Right, you have to. That's what we were saying earlier too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
what
that's what I'm saying.
I think she was about to say something.
Mm-hmm. I forgot.
All right. Well, if we come back to you, oh yeah, definitely, Mr. Yates, positive surroundings. Man, you gotta have it. Oh, you gotta have it.
That is
very important.
Like, that can get your mind off of anything else. And I really see that. Like, even though I'm already a positive person, but if you have negative energy around you, you're angry.
Yep.
You know, so now, oh my gosh, that is so important because that's when I started dealing with my childhood trauma because it was just within these last years. And I thought I was just fine, but I was such in a negative space. I'm thinking about everything. Okay.
Yep.
And I'm usually good. And when the negative energy cleared, I'm clear. That was awesome, Curtis. Thank you for that.
Also with that is colors and things like that too. Wearing bright colors, or one thing my daughter did is we changed her whole room because she got tired of feeling down. So we just bought everything bright and bought positive little posters and things like that. Be creative, and just things for you to look at and smile about, and that really did change and help her with her mood.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
most definitely. I'm a big quote person. I love quotes.
Me
You
too.
walk through my place and see them everywhere.
Me
Yeah.
too.
One of my biggest ones is choose happy, and
Mhm.
I make sure I put that in a place where I gotta see it every morning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah. So let's see
Good
here.
one.
So y'all look up some
Oh,
affirmations.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And those are the ones you put around your mirrors, just like Elle was saying, as far as speaking those things out loud. I'm no longer scared. You know, that make sure those things, each little thing that you have an issue with, put it up there every day.
Yeah.
You're in the mirror. I am beautiful. I
Yep.
am strong. You know, keep repeating those things, and eventually you will believe it because it'll go into your subconscious. Like she said, it took her 30 days. You know, so they do have a time frame to where you have to keep doing it continually before it becomes a habit.
Exactly.
No one can break it after that, you know?
Yep.
Yeah. So, what are some resources or counseling centers? Like, do they have resources for us that are readily available? Excuse me, readily available if we want to seek help. Because I'm obviously one that hasn't dealt with mine because it still comes back from time to time and bite me. Not as much as it did often, but if I wanted to reach out somewhere, where could I get some help at?
I would definitely have to recommend Miss Vicky Walls. She is a psychologist. I went to her. She was my therapist for a couple of years. If I ever felt like I needed to go back, I would go to her again. I'm sure during the pandemic, you can access her through the virtual areas. She's in Dallas. She has 2 locations in Dallas.
Okay.
I think it's the Better You. The Better You is her Better You Counseling is her practice. She works with people of color, men. I actually went to her in the beginning for a marriage counselor. And of course that didn't work out, but she still ended up being who I rocked with for a while. Took a whole year of work where I went part-time and I would go see her weekly. And it helped me a lot. And while I was doing work with her, I was heavy in my spiritual practice. So that really, then it was like the baton was passed from Miss Vicky to my spiritual gurus. And it was like, all right, I'll see you if I ever get to the point where I'm a choking nigga again. Because right now I'm all right.
Yeah.
So she reaches out to me once a year on my birthday, and that makes me feel good. But for me being a Black woman, it felt good to be able to talk to somebody who I know goes through what I've gone through. But then also, even as a Black woman, for a Black man to be able to speak to, is not as if she don't understand what you've been through. It ain't like she ain't got brothers and cousins and homies that go through what you go through. So I love her. And then again, like I said, on the spiritual tip, I got to plug me because I do what I does.
Let me put that on the screen.
I'm doing it for you.
Okay, that's in the.
It's in the comments, anyways.
Okay, well, I will copy it and put it on the screen real quick.
And you can get chakra cleanses, Reiki balancing with me. I also do ancestral connections and normal consultations. People call them readings, but it's more so a consultation between us and spirit.
Okay.
What recommendations do you ladies have?
I definitely recommend Elle all the way, just because, like you said, you want to be able to have someone that's relatable and who's been through it. If they haven't been through anything, you really can't listen to them. Okay, so I definitely recommend Elle. Like she said, she did definitely post that in the comments. So go to her website, check it out. It's not about readings, like she said. It's 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 more about getting to know you, and that's what you want. Someone who actually wants to know you, learn you, and then show you and help you. Okay.
Okay. Ms. Lori?
My approach is just having somebody that you're able to talk to, For me, being a parent and open-minded to these things with children, one of the things that I want to outreach to are the parents, to be a support to them. So because I have experienced these things with my daughters, I just want to bring up that parent awareness, to notice the signs, because I was blinded at one point, and a lot of things that I was not aware of that I want to share with you guys to let you know, you may want to look out for this or look out for that, because we're not very most parents are still blinded by it, or not really paying attention to our children, working a lot. My thing was work, so I was so tied up in work that you kind of lose out on those things. So I do want to also form some counseling for kids. I think they need like a safe haven, not just a school setting, not just a professional setting, just having a safe place for them to go. So counseling and assistance support is definitely needed.
And that is,
Y'all give me 1 second. I gotta get my charger. It's gonna go dead. Y'all can carry it for me for a second. I'll be right back.
As far as like Miss Laurie was saying, once my children's dad went to prison, I started using counseling for the boys, and so it was better for them that she actually came to the house, and like you said, you made it more personable. They were able to talk. It didn't feel like I was, where am I? Who am I talking to? This lady is in my house.
That's important.
That's smart.
That's good too.
I'm sorry, it was loud back there. Okay.
Yeah, no, that is definitely needed. I feel like anytime a child, no matter how old they are, if they're living in your house, if they experience something that displaces them just a little bit, they should go to counseling. That's one thing I wish that my mom would have like paid attention to. First of all, I paid attention to anything to know something was happening to me. But then once you knew what was happening to me, I should have been in counseling for like ever. I should have just went straight into it. But we didn't. But it's okay though. Our parents are us with less resources. So they did not know that by avoiding it, that it was really making it worse. They had no idea. And they really thought that counseling and therapy and all that was for white people.
Yeah, we definitely as a Black community have not embraced it, but it's time. I think that's the only way we're going to get to where we need to get, is to embrace that.
Because they don't have it in the schools, even when they have counselors. One of my clients, that was her issue, because they're not allowed to be in the schools as counselors. Yeah, if I'm going to tell you what class you need to go to, but no, she had to specifically find a school that allowed her to be in there. So they don't want us to have the help. And that's the issue, as well. So I'm really big on, like you said, getting to those parents, because at the end of the day, the parents still have no excuse to me. Okay. And I say that because I knew as soon as their dad left, they're going to have an issue. I don't care how good I am with them. That doesn't matter. So I've always just tried to feel that it's not going to fill the void, but I just know that you're going to have an issue with that. So I'm always looking for things that, like going to school and they may have daddy donut day, they're going to have an issue. It's going to trigger it, where's your dad? So like it's important to have it in the school. Get to talking to these kids. Okay.
Yep.
Right. That's why I think it's important to form a program. You remember when we used to go to a Boys and Girls Club, something like that, an after school program for mental health would be greatly you know, that would be good to have.
Most definitely, most definitely, most definitely. Let me remind everybody to like, comment, share, subscribe. If you want to chime in, now is the time. The link is in the description. I mean, in the comments. Um, if not, we want to talk about. I don't know if you ladies know, but somebody got their first show off yesterday. Miss Taste the Coco got her first show off on Beauty Meets Brains.
What?
Yay.
Nice.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. We
Yes,
came on and
Amazing.
we were a guest on her show. It was a dope show. It was funny. I watched it today. I laughed all the way through it. Y'all need to go check it out on
Awesome.
Beauty Meets Brains on YouTube.
I'm gonna go
If you
look.
want to reach her for any of her products or services, it's Newsom's House of Beauty. I did put
Yes,
that
please
correctly, right?
do.
Yeah.
Let her do your
She
lock.
is the lock doctor. Lock
She
doctor.
is. She's the
Yeah.
only one for me.
Yeah, most
I just
definitely.
used her spray and her oil today. I use it every day. You need
So
it.
y'all go check that out. Go check that out. No, she talks about the quality of her product a lot, so she really cares about it. Miss Lori, how can they get in touch with you again? So I can go ahead and let you tell them how to get in touch with you since you're trying to get your community going.
well, I am open. I am open to giving my phone number because I think that's really, really important. I want to be available 24 hours a day, especially sometimes during a crisis. You don't want to, call a counselor. You just want to deal with a parent that's been dealing with the same thing that you've been dealing with. So I'm open. I do have all social media. I can post those links as well. Um, and also, if there's any parents out there that is interested in forming some program or something like this, please, contact me. I moved here from California, so I had some things going. So I'm going to need some teachers, some counselors, some doctors, and things of that nature. Anybody that would like to contribute to developing this program, please just reach out because we definitely need it.
Hey, ladies, we got Toxic the Don. He is the heartbeat of Hip Hop Alliance magazine. He go by E, the Content King as well. He just joined us. What's going on, big dog?
What up, bros? Ladies, how's everyone?
Hello.
Oh,
Buenos
Hey,
dias.
hey.
How are you?
Oh, I'm toxic.
Well, at least you know. Yeah. At least you know. That's the first step.
Okay, I'm gonna put your number on there, Miss Laura. E, how you feeling? E, appreciate you for tuning in, bro, and chiming in with us. What you think about this, bro?
I'm loving the conversation. It's great. You know what I'm saying? Especially like the latter portion. Say for instance at work, employee help desk or employee assistance program. If depending on your job or where you work at, if you need therapy, seek out your corporate side, your EAP program.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Most definitely. At the end of the day, we just want to get healthy, so we can better ourselves as people. I'm so glad you ladies joined us again. Like I said, we can run a bike if y'all want
Yes,
to.
yes.
We can get together some stuff and come up with some things. E, do you have anything you want to share with us as far as childhood trauma? Did you experience any? Do you know anybody that has?
Oh, childhood trauma. What type of traumas did y'all go over?
Man, from everything,
All of them. Anything
don't
that
matter.
took you out of
Everybody's
you.
different.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mine
I
was,
mean,
my parents suffered from addiction.
huh?
Yeah,
I mean, there's divorces. Then you got racial
that's
traumas. Then you got
big.
school
Exactly.
traumas. I
Yeah,
Exactly.
don't
All
know.
yeah,
different types. All different types.
yeah. That's big right there. That divorce thing is huge.
Yes,
Racial's
it
good
is.
too. We didn't mention that one, but
We
I
didn't
think that's
mention
a good
that.
one too.
Ooh,
Yeah.
racial,
Yes.
definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
I try
Black
to stay
kids
away
are
Follow
from.
so
I,
Black
good.
I try to stay away from that.
I heard it yesterday. Someone said that because Black men have always been talked down on, throughout history than they deal with it now, you know, as far as like trying to prove a point, you know. So that's pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see
E?
that too. And also, like, black kids need to be taught in black schools.
Miss Jones said mine is with finances.
Yeah, poverty,
Oh,
because poverty is inherited just like wealth is.
It
So if
is.
you grew up in a house where they had to struggle, sacrifice, and give everything in order to just get a little bit, now in your 30s, you think the same thing. So you have to reroot yourself in the fact that you deserve the life that you desire. Money is easy to get, and you deserve a lot of it. When you pay your bills, pay them with gratitude. Be grateful that you have to pay $1,100 in rent, because that money is going to circulate back to you in abundance. Don't say, I spent my money. Don't say, I'm broke. Don't say, oh, I got to save in order for me to have this. No, just give gratitude for everything you have and know that everything you need is already given. That's like a reworking thing. And if you've ever been sexually traumatized, you have problems with money too, because it's all going in the same thing, on the same chakra. So you gotta just work with yourself a little bit over that, and don't antagonize or agonize over money. You know, money does grow on trees. Money is everywhere. I'm a money magnet, like positive affirmations, as opposed to I don't have enough. I'm never gonna have enough. Right when I get paid, all my money is gone. All those kind of vibrations are not good for you.
And she said parents are arguing over bills. She gets anxiety. And see, that's the thing. Parents, kids don't need to see the struggle. So
Right.
now kids are looking at the parents' struggle and they put that on themselves.
Right.
You know, they grow up with this mentality. I came from the mud because my parents, but your parents didn't put you through that. You seen what they went through. So now you feel like you went through it. So a lot of parents don't share with your children unless you're trying to help them to say, hey, you know, I didn't do this, so I'm going to help you with your credit. Completely different ball game. But they don't need to see you in there scratching for pennies to get gas, because their only thing is, I got to help them.
Right.
I got to help them. That's not their job.
That's
So
real
Right.
too.
they
Yeah.
grow up before
Yep.
you know it, because all they was worried about what their parents were going through. So
That's
keep
right.
those things private, okay? You deal with you. Let them be a child and not know that that's not their business. Unless they're in a shelter, they're going to see it, you know. But they have a roof over their head. They have food. Don't show it to them.
I had a friend that called me out on that when my babies was little. He was like, man, it's not the kids' business what y'all going through, and you know, period. And that was the best advice that he gave me, you know what I'm saying? Because now I talk to my kids about the things that me and their mom went through early in life, and they can't believe it. You know, they be like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they didn't even know. Shout out Miss L. We appreciate you for coming through today. We look forward to having you on again. She brings great energy, great advice. Y'all go check her out.
Yes, thank you, Elle.
yes,
Yeah,
thank
most
you.
definitely, most definitely. But yeah, now that they're oblivious, they don't even know that they went through what we went through. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that, you know, my partner Wolf was like, hey, bro, it's not. He was older than me, so he was like, nah, that's not the way you want to go about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's really, really true. But you know, we can't blame our parents for what they didn't know. You know, we live in a different age where we get a lot more information than they did. You know,
Well,
so
that's the parents now are doing it. You know, that's where I got it from.
yeah, that's what I'm. Oh, they are.
Yes, like
Oh,
yes, the
well,
parents
shame
now,
on
because I've
them.
seen the children, as far as knowing that, well, they're mad at their dad because, well, why mom over here going through this and I go over your house, and so they're just seeing it, you know, or even the parent putting the child in between, you know, hey, call your dad and tell him that we need some money because these lights got to be paid, like, and now you see daddy say no, and now okay, what mama gonna do? So it's just it brings.
You gonna go to work? No, I'm playing.
For real, like yeah, I mean,
He said you gonna go to work. You're gonna make that money. He said mysteriously in 2 weeks the check gonna come.
oh,
It's
you know
strange how that happened. No, I'm playing.
sound good.
Yeah. So y'all got anything else on the any final thoughts before we get out of here?
Reach out. You have Miss Lori Garcia. She has her information in the comments. So parents, if you want to learn how to deal with your children, or even if you need for her to speak with your children, because sometimes a lot of the children don't want to open up, you know, so maybe she can help with that avenue, and then, or help you learn how to deal with them so that you can help them open up. Reach out to her.
Most
Reach out
definitely.
to Elle if you're trying to just deal with you and what you went through and trying to get to the root. Give Elle a call, and she is also in the comments.
Oh yeah, let
Awesome.
me get this back up real quick and because I want to make sure that we highlight everybody. Let me see, where was L's information?
While you're looking for that, I know we had a comment last week, and the girl did, reach out, and my daughter is also available. So I want to let everybody know that my daughter was willing to speak with her daughter, and my daughter was also willing to speak with her to give her ways to talk to her daughter. Well, ask her if she hears voices, ask her, these things. And I had no, idea about those types of things. So, truth be told, she is really good at detecting and knowing those things because she's experienced it herself. So,
Most definitely, that's the
yeah.
best teacher.
Right. So reach
experience
out.
is the best teacher.
Right.
Yes. Y'all make sure y'all get with Miss Lori. I'm gonna put that back up there one more time. This phone number, Miss Lori, 661-912-6712.
Yes.
If you need, to another platform to follow that's positive and empowering women and keep all of these women have something going. That's why it's so beautiful for me to be able to be on panel with y'all. That's an honor because present unique talents and gifts, that we all can utilize to help us get to where we need to get. So if you want to get with Miss Coco, it's Beauty Meets Brains on YouTube
tomorrow
and social media. Go ahead. Let's take it
tomorrow. Okay.
Let them know what's popping.
Toxic Thursdays. Okay. Definitely check it out, ladies.
Squad.
If you want to learn and be able to see what's toxic beforehand on both parts, catch the show tomorrow.
Yeah, and we might just pop in that thing. Me and E, we got a show tomorrow. E, what we gonna talk about, man? We're gonna.
Can we do a crossover show? Hey, real quick, as far as arguments, bro. Have we talked about Wellness Wednesday arguments? How does that happen? Like, what do you do in an argument? What are we supposed to do?
What are we supposed to do as men?
That's a good one too.
You know my opinion?
Be quiet.
My opinion?
Listen, Linda,
listen. She's telling you something. She's emotional. No, it's not. We're not going to gear it that way.
Yeah, but she's telling you something, and that is so important in an argument. Okay, you are the foundation to that argument. Okay, if you're calm, stay calm. Okay, and listen to the woman. If she expresses how she feels, acknowledge that. Like, I apologize. I was not trying to make you feel that way. What can we do? That's all you need to do. Okay? Or you gonna make the situation worse? And women,
make it worse.
We have to not yell, because a man closes his ears and hears nothing. Because just like, remember you growing up, your mama yelling, you ain't heard nothing. I had to learn that. Okay? But we only do that, men, because if we don't feel like you're listening, then now a woman raises her voice because I need you to hear me, just like with our children, so it's not like we're doing something terrible. You have to understand why we do it. So when I go yell at the boys, they hear me. Men, y'all can talk just like this and everything is just good. Women, we be going through it. We be having to deal with some stuff, man.
I stopped arguing like a few years back, you know what I'm saying? So what I do is, because when I'm angry, I don't have no understanding. And I don't think no human being does. So, I believe in letting shit cool down and then coming back to it, and to really think it through. And if you was wrong, then, say, hey, baby, I'm wrong. It won't happen no more. Or I try not to make it happen no more. And, going about your business. But arguments are never healthy. I don't suggest that you engage in an argument with a woman because, You're not gonna hear nothing. She's not gonna hear nothing. Y'all just wasting time and energy, and energy is priceless.
Yeah.
Advice.
Yeah. Two
So
people should be able
y'all
to
tune
talk
into
to each
Toxic
other, okay?
Thursdays.
Two people should be able to talk to each other. And
Yeah,
respect
communication
each
is the
other
key.
to listen, okay?
Yeah,
Only if you don't respect
communication.
that person, you're not listening anyway. So that's a big thing. As long as you respect someone, you'll listen.
And if you use my tactic, tell them like, hey, I don't mean to, discredit what you're saying, but I just need some time to, reflect on it and think on it. You know what I'm saying? And then there go the argument. It don't even happen, bro. It don't even happen.
Or
I don't think this is
also,
time
fellas,
for us to
pay
talk
attention.
about this.
My bad.
No, I'm just saying I don't think this is time for us to talk about this. And I'm done. That's all I want to say.
Now you good? Real quick, fellas, and out there in the internet world, YouTube space, Facebook, all that good stuff, MySpace. Look, watch out also for the argument type, because sometimes people have an argument for sex. Maybe they just frustrated in life. So just get naked and see what happens. You don't know. You never know. They just may have had a stressful day. She may need a shoulder rub or something.
Yes, that's a good one.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10 when she acting up, it's the mushroom tip.
You know what I'm saying? You never know. But I'm talking.
Yeah. 9 times out of 10, fellas, it's the mushroom tip, man. You gotta put it to work, man. That's basically what it is most times. I see the ladies bust out laughing and got quiet, so I'm pretty sure I was correct. But y'all don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Tune in with us tomorrow. What time are we going live tomorrow, E? This is your baby. You put this one on. He added a show on us during the week. It gets addictive doing it during the week, though. I'm glad we popping this thing out. Hey, I know y'all probably tired of my face yet. If not, you will be, because I'm trying to put it in front of you 7 days a week. So tomorrow's 7:30, right, E?
Yes. We'll see.
Okay.
I'm old, so we'll see. 7:30. That's
Well,
what we're shooting for.
yeah. Let me know so I can change the schedule if I need to. I think we're gonna put Kevin Samuels' thumbnail. And we're gonna, because I got some things I want to say about him.
You disagree
Toxic
with
Thursday, huh?
You disagree with the Kevin Samuels, General Sir?
You have to tune in tomorrow, you guys.
Toxic Thursday.
Their platform, but tomorrow, tune in.
We're gonna talk about this on both platforms because it's definitely
because he's part of the Toxic. So therefore, catch tomorrow, you guys. That way you can see this dude Kevin Samuels. Research him today if you like. That way you can tune in tomorrow because the men, obviously not all of them, listen to him. So ladies, go listen to him tonight. That way you can have my back tomorrow. And I need comments because this dude is trash. Okay.
Wow.
What time is the show? What time is the show on Beat Meets Brain?
Wow. Send it to me.
Okay, I got you. I'll send it to you.
Oh yeah, you're in trouble now.
Right now. Okay.
I got you.
So
you're in trouble now.
I got you, girl.
8:30 tomorrow, Miss Lori. I'll be getting on after their show after 7:30. Then I'm going to do mine. That way we can, we'll
say Kevin Samuels for your Toxic Thursdays.
Yeah, hold on now. Look, wait a second. Now we friendly fire over here. What's going on?
No, she done went back and looked at this man from the beginning to the end, bro. So I don't know if you have done that, but the evolution of Kevin Samuels is
I'm sending it to you, Miss Lori, now. So you'll have that. Dissect them. You know what? Even if it's not saying that
she passionate, boy. She said I'm sending it now.
It's not saying that every single thing that he says is not true, but 75% of it
75
is belittling women. I don't like a man who does not like women. So he's trash.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Like, especially a man that dislike women that look like the woman that he came from. It's something wrong. You know,
She's gonna dissect them. I'm sending them to you. Just let me know.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna get on. I'm gonna ride and listen to him tomorrow morning. I gotta get up at 2, so I'll be up and on it early in the morning.
Yeah, Mitch, bro. I'm gonna send you some videos. You know what I'm saying? Make sure we up to snuff. Just see how they.
Yeah, you send me some videos, man. I'm gonna save my. Because I got a preconceived notion in my mind. You know what I'm saying? Just from a little bit I've seen, but And you know, I blame both sides. That's all I'm gonna say on that. I
agree on
blame
that
both
too.
sides.
I agree on that too.
So you know, at the end of the day, y'all tune in tomorrow at 8:30 on Beauty Meets Brains. We will definitely pop in and give our opinions on Mr. Kevin Samuels and toxic situations. Me and E, we will be going live Thursday, 7:30 as well. So hey, it's a busy day tomorrow, y'all. We in there. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. See y'all tomorrow.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
All right. Good night.